Welcome back to Web Technologies video lecture series CDT 22. In this video lecture, we discuss about servlet architecture, generic servlet, and HTTP servlet. Lecture outcomes. After completion of this video lecture, you are going to explain servlet architecture and generic servlet, HTTP servlet, or the difference between generic servlet and HTTP servlet. This diagram shows servlet architecture. This dotted line indicates extends. This dashed line indicates implements. In this diagram, there are three interfaces: servlet config, servlet, next serializable. Okay. These are the three interfaces: servlet config, servlet, and serializable. This interface is available in this package. This is available in this package. This interface is available in this package. Okay. This is about the three interfaces. Okay. Class generic servlet. Next, HTTP servlet. HTTP servlet extends generic servlets. Generic servlets implements servlet config interface, servlet interface, serializable interface. Okay, this is the meaning of this diagram. Next, servlet architecture consists of two packages. First one is javax.servlet. Okay, this javax.servlet package contains many interfaces and classes that are used by any servlet or web container. So this is a standard thing. Okay, just we have seen servlet architecture, and we have seen two packages. First one is javax.servlet package. So this package contains various classes as well as interfaces. All these classes and interfaces are used by that servlets developed by us or web container. So what is web container? That we will see. Until then, you have to remember the package, the classes and interfaces available in this package are used by servlet as well as web container. And these are not specific to any protocol. Not specific. HTTP protocol is there. Next one is javax.servlet HTTP. This is another package that we have seen in previous diagram. JavaX.servlet.http. This JavaX.servlet.http. This is a Java package. Remember, this Java package contain again interfaces and classes. If you take any package, you may find classes, or you may find interfaces, or you may find both classes and interfaces. In this JavaX.servlet package, we have several classes, interfaces that are responsible for HTTP requests only, that are used to handle HTTP requests, or we develop servlets by using the classes and interfaces present in this package to handle HTTP request only. So this is specific to this protocol, whereas JavaX.servlet is not specific to any protocol. This is specific to HTTP protocol. These are the two packages that are available, that we have seen in servlet architecture, or servlet architecture consists of these two packages. Interfaces in JavaX.servlet package. There are many interfaces in JavaX.servlet package. They are first interface is servlet, servlet request, second one, servlet response, request dispatcher, servlet config, servlet context, single thread model, filter, filter config, filter chain, servlet request listener, servlet request attribute listener, servlet context listener, servlet context attribute listener. These are the various interfaces that are available in JavaX.servlet package. We use these interfaces. Okay, we may use one interface, we may use two interfaces, we may use any one of the any interfaces present in this package to develop and to deploy servlets. Okay, we may use a servlet interface, or we may use servlet request interface. We may use servlet single thread model. We may use this interface. It depends on our requirement, depends on our real-time scenario. We are going to use interfaces to develop servlet applications. Classes in JavaX.servlet package. What are the different classes that are present in JavaX.servlet package that we are going to use to develop servlet applications for any kind of real-time scenario? Yeah, these are the different what we will call classes. In previous slide, we have seen interfaces present in this package. Now, the classes present in this packages are generic servlet, servlet input stream, servlet output stream, servlet request wrapper, response wrapper, request event, context event, servlet request attribute event, servlet context attribute event, servlet exception, unavailable exceptions. These are the various classes present in our JavaX.servlet package. Depends on our requirement. We use required classes for any kind of real-time scenario to develop a particular servlet to any real-time scenario. We use any one of classes. We may use two classes also. It depends on the scenario. So for what scenario we are going to develop a servlet? It depends on that. We are going to use the classes present in this servlet package. Next, interfaces in JavaX.Servlet HTTP package. This is the second package, which is which is available in our servlet architecture. What are the interfaces? Okay, there are many interfaces that are available in this JavaX.Servlet.HTTP package. They are as follows. First one is HTTP servlet request, servlet response, HTTP session, session listener, attribute listener, binding listener, session active listener, session context. So these are the various interfaces available in this JavaX.Servlet.HTTP package. Again, depends on our requirements according to the real-time scenario. We may use interfaces present in this package. What are the different classes present in this package? There are many classes in this package. They are HTTP servlet, cookie, servlet request wrapper, response wrapper. Remember, when we have a request related class, there will be a response related class. The servlet request wrapper, servlet response wrapper, session event, session binding event, utils event. So these are the various classes that are available in JavaX.Servlet.HTTP package. Depends on our requirements and depends on the real-time scenario for which we are going to develop servlets. We may use the classes present in this package. Servlet interface. For example, we will discuss one interface, servlet interface. The servlet interface provides common behavior to all the servlets. Whatever the servlets we will develop in our lab, okay, for that the behavior is provided by this interface. Servlet interface defines methods that all servlets must implement. So there are in interface we find abstract methods, because that methods must be implemented by the servlets, whatever the servlets that we are going to develop. When our servlets implements the methods present in this interface, that particular servlet is going to get behavior. Okay, we can say in another way, like this. So all the servlets must implement the methods present in this interface. Servlet interface needs to be implemented for creating any servlets. Yeah. Okay, if we want to create a servlet, definitely we have to implement this interface, that servlet interface. Why? Because it provides 3 lifecycle methods that we will discuss in self-learning topics. Until then, you have to remember, to create any servlets, we should implement this interface compulsory. Why? Because Okay, we can implement this interface either directly or indirectly. That doesn't matter. But we have to implement this interface. Why? Because it provides three lifecycle methods. They are used to initialize our servlet, service the request, and destroy the servlets. Okay, apart from these three lifecycle methods, it also provides two non-lifecycle methods. So this is about the servlet interface. Okay, once you look at the methods, init method, this is a lifecycle method. It accepts one parameter. Next, service method. This is also a lifecycle method. It accepts two parameters. Servlet request parameter, response parameter. Next, destroy method. So this is also life cycle method. Okay, apart from these three life cycle methods, we have two non-life cycle methods, general methods. First one is servlet config, get servlet config. To get, it returns the servlet config. The next one is we will get servlet info. Okay. This method returns the information about the servlet such as writer, copyright version, etc. Next, generic servlet class. Generic servlet class. Yeah, this is about the generic servlet class. Generic servlet class implements servlet, servlet config, and serializable interfaces. So once we look at the architecture, we will find generic servlet class implements these three: servlet interface, servlet config interface, serializable interfaces. Generic servlet class handle any type of requests. Okay. Just we have in this video lecture we have discussed generic servlet class can handle any type of request. So we can call it as a protocol we'll call it as a protocol independent class. So we may create generic servlets by inheriting generic servlet class. So we can create generic servlet by inheriting generic servlet class or by extending generic servlet class and provide the implementation of service method, which is very important for any servlets. What are the different methods that are present in generic servlet class? There are many methods. They are public void init. This is lifecycle method, servlet lifecycle method. It is used to initialize a servlet. Next method is service, very important. This provides service for incoming request. Whatever the request received by servlets, it is going to provide service to that request with the help of this method, public abstract void service, or simply service method, which is available in generic servlet class, is useful to provide services to the request received by servlets. And next one is destroy method. By looking at the method, we can get an idea about this method. This is used only once throughout life cycle, and it indicates that servlet is being destroyed. Whenever we want to destroy a servlet, we have to call this destroy method, and which is also called only once throughout life cycle of servlet, throughout lifetime of the servlet. Next one is get servlet config method. It returns the object of servlet config. Next, get servlet info. It returns the information about the servlets, such as copyright versions, like that. Next one. Public void init method. There is it is a convenient method for several programmers. Now there is no need to call super.init. Yeah, public void init. Next one is get servlet context method. It returns the object of servlet context. Get init parameter method. It returns the parameter value for a given parameter. Next, get init parameter names. It returns all the parameters that are defined in web.xml file. Next, get servlet name. It returns the name of the servlet object. Next, log method. It writes the messages in servlet log files. Next, again, log with two parameters. It writes the explanatory message in the servlet log and stack trace. So this is the difference between this method and this method. These are the various methods available in this generic servlet class. HTTP servlet class. Yeah. HTTP servlet class extends generic servlet class. It extends generic servlet class and implements serializable interface. It provides specific methods: do get, do post, do head, do trace. These methods are very important. This HTTP servlet class provides us these four methods: do get, do post, do head, do trace methods. What are the different methods that are available in this class? First one is service method. Okay, it accepts two parameters, request as well as response. Next one is protected void service. This is also similar to service method that we have discussed in previous slides. That is the use of service method. Next one is public void, protected void service. This is public void service method. This is protected service method. Here, the difference is this accepts HTTP servlet request object, HTTP servlet response object. Same proceed, same functionality. Next, public void do get method. Okay, this mainly this method is used to handle the get request. It is invoked by web container. Next, similar to this method, we have do post method. This is also called whenever we want to handle post request, get request and post request. This is also used by or called by web container. Next, do head. It handles the head request, this method. Again, it is invoked by web container. Remember, all these methods present in this class, present in this servlet class are invoked by web container. Next one is do option. This method handles the option request. Do put. This handles the put request. Next, protected void do trace method, or simply we will call it as a do trace method. Okay, it is called whenever we want to handle trace request. Okay, which is again invoked by web container. Do delete method. Again, we are going to call this method whenever we want to handle delete request. Next, get last modified. By this method or by using this method, we are going to know when the HTTP servlet request was modified. Since this date, January 1st, 1970. So these are the various methods that are available in this class. Lecture outcomes revisited. The students are going to understand the importance of server-side programming languages and architecture of the servlets, and going to develop servlets to handle real-time scenarios. The reflections part. Here, the first question. The JavaX.servlet package contains many interfaces and classes that are used by the servlet or web container. These are not specific to any protocol. Means the packages, the classes and interface present in these packages are not specific to any protocol. True or false? What is your answer? Answer is true. Servlet interface provides common behavior to all the servlets. True or false? What is your answer? True. For further reading, you can refer Uttam K. Rai textbook, chapter 20T, 20, topics 20.5 and 20.7. For further, you can to clarify your doubts, to clear your doubts, you can refer our weekly tutorial sheet. Any queries? Thank you.